Hey guys, I'm Mr. G450 and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 blocks you can only get in survival mode. But first, I'm going to talk about why I haven't uploaded in a really long time, like 2 weeks almost. I've been having problems with the Elgato. If you've watched my third to last video, which has like 67 views, the most viewed video on my channel right now, which is really amazing. Thank you. It tells how I got an Elgato, and you can tell it's, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You can tell it's pretty obvious. Like, the thumbnail is like 10 times larger because I got a proper recording device. And I've been having problems with it for almost 2 weeks now. I've finally gotten it to work. I want to freeze this water. I've finally gotten it to work. Why can't I finally feel like that? I've finally gotten it to work, and now I'm here and recording. And you might be like, Sheepy, why didn't you just go back to the way you were recording before? Well, number one, that's a really bad quality way of doing it. No offense to people who are currently doing it, but I just didn't want to give you guys that quality. And number two, it takes a lot longer than you think. It takes at least an hour to set up the tower and record like that. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me. Only 2 people unsubscribed, but 5 people did subscribe, which is, thank you just so much. That means actually a lot more than you think. Now let's jump right in. So the first block is these 4 mushroom blocks actually. You'll be like, Sheepy, these 2 mushroom blocks are the same thing. Nope. I'm pressing A. If you look at the bottom left, you can see A means swap instead of stack. If I have something that's the same thing, let me grab another piece of spruce wood, and you look at the A, it says place instead of swap. And you might be like, okay, then that's kind of weird, but I bet you it at least stacks with this one the way it does. That's extremely strange. But basically, these mushrooms were gathered before Title Update 31. And if you didn't know, before Title Update 31, you could just go to a mushroom, any mushroom. Let me find a mushroom. Yeah, right here. By the way, if you don't know what world this is my creative world. You can see a tour of it. I might link it in the description if I remember. It's for my 100 subscriber special. So you could just grab it, cut down a mushroom. Doesn't matter which kind. Each one creates the same looking block. It looks just like this, but they look exactly the same, but they don't stack. So I could self-touch this mushroom with my pickaxe. I know you're not supposed to use a pickaxe, you're supposed to use an axe or whatever. I could just self-touch this and grab these 2 blocks, which don't stack. But in Title Update 31, it made it so if I self-touch this, I can actually show you right now. I can self-touch this, and it gets me the this kind of mushroom block. A lot of people thought were wow, that's a lot better looking, and also makes it so on all 4 sides. When you break it, it's on all 4 sides. And the same thing with the red mushroom. So a lot of people were like, wow, it looks a lot better. I mean, I know it does. It looks a lot better, but I kind of like having these. So these are exclusive to Title Update, before Title Update 31. And if I put them down and try to self-touch them, I get a red mushroom from this one and a brown mushroom from this one, even though that's not what I placed down. And, oops, wrong one. And even though if you get this mushroom from creative mode and you break it, you get a brown mushroom. Even though that happens, you can't break it. You can't break this kind of mushroom, this looking kind, and get a red one, unless you do it like this. But it can't be on all sides and get a red one. So that's an exclusive before Title Update 31 thing. If you haven't done it, most people haven't done it in survival, but you should have at least done it in creative mode, because now it's impossible to do anymore. The next thing I'm moving on to, and you probably have noticed it, all the blocks are in my hotbar right now. Probably noticed it, it's a lit redstone lamp. So basically, what you have to do is get a redstone block, or any sort of powering thing, and a redstone lamp, and put the redstone block next to the redstone lamp, power it, then be in survival mode, and break it with self-touch. And you get this. This is also a Title Update, before Title Update 31 exclusive feature. So you can't do it anymore. But if you have done it, Not a lot of people have, because it's a secret thing that didn't work because it was next to a power thing, next to a power block. If you haven't done it before, then you will not be able to get these. I have 2 stacks from before. But basically, if you want to see what they do, not a lot of people know about this, surprisingly. They basically, I'll get to somewhere where there's not a lot of light, so you can see. They basically light up for like a second, and then they don't. So you can make something really like weird like this. I can like, see if I can do it. Yeah. Looks extremely strange, and don't worry about this tower. I'm going to exit without saving. It's extremely strange, but it's nice for adventure map. It's like completely dark. You can't see. You give the player one of these, and it lights up temporarily. That's kind of useful. The next thing is the dragon egg. Most people know about this. It's not available in creative mode. You can go through the whole thing. You're not going to find a dragon egg. It's not there. It would probably be in decorations if it was, but it's not. So the only way to get this, for now, on console at least, is killing the ender dragon, and it can be just creative. And then watch my video on how to get infinite dragon eggs if you haven't already, and if you want to know how to get more than one. The next one, that was number 3. The next one is frosted ice. You can't find this in this inventory. Although this looks exactly like it. It's called ice, not frosted ice. I'm going to get rid of something like this. Don't worry, I'm exiting without saving, so I didn't lose anything extremely important. They look exactly the same, although, if I said it today, because you guys you might be getting annoyed. It does, oh, that's really embarrassing. You might want to keep it to night, actually, if you place it down. I was in creative mode. You might want to keep it in tonight because it does melt, but now let me actually switch to survival. If I break this, it insta-mines with efficiency 5. This takes a pretty long time to mine, so there is a difference, and I believe there's no other difference. Oh, yeah, if you break it, and it's next to another block, whoa, they look different slightly. Do you see that? This one's more pronounced. Yeah, they look very slightly different, but not enough to be able to tell at first glance. You would have to look very closely. If you got 2 frosted ice pieces next to each other, and you break one of them, in creative or survival, the one right next to it melts and breaks for whatever reason, no idea why. It doesn't make much sense. That's just how it works. And the 5th and final one is all kinds of banners. So you can only find, and by the way, if you're like, should be banners are only in 1.9, no, there's an update, title update 43. I hope I haven't gotten that wrong because it was a big update. Added in banners, bone blocks, all that good stuff. So you can only get these kinds of banners, all just these flat colors. The only way to get these banners is by going to a crafting table, like with a banner, any kind of banner you want. There's a banner right here, so I'll grab it with my fist. These are all the new blocks in Title Update 31, well, most of them. Just don't pay attention to that. So if you want to get a banner like this, for example, you have to get 3 pieces of lapis, and then get a white banner, and you have to craft it. It's a lot, or I could just do that. It's a lot, oh, I did it wrong. It's a lot slower than just finding in creative mode, but, what, did I just say creative mode or something? But it's because, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just get away. Because if they had all of them, there's 809 quadrillion, which is a lot more than a million, a lot more than a billion, a lot more than a trillion. And a little bit more than, a lot more than a quadrillion because it's 809 quadrillion. Almost 1 quintillion, but not really. There would be so many, there would be a billion pages of this stuff where you can see my, so many pages having to have all the different banners. And this is kind of like a 5.5 because it's not really a block, and it's just like the banners one. And it's just like the banners one. Is fireworks, if I can find them. I believe it's in decorations. Nope, it's in miscellaneous, isn't it? Fireworks, just like banners, there's only just a couple And the reason for that is there's so many combinations of banners. I mean, not banners, fireworks, sorry. Oops. There's so many combinations of fireworks that there would be a billion pages as well. So that's why the 4J, Mojang, all that, like, those people didn't add it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really sorry about not uploading for quite a while. I'm Mr. Shibi450, and